Welcome to Football Trivia. Today you have the challenge of selecting your favorite players. You will have 5 seconds to choose your favorite player. Cristiano Ronaldo versus Messi. Mbappe versus Benzema. Neymar versus Vinicius. Haaland versus Lewandowski. Ramos versus Eder Militao. Thiago Silva versus Rudiger. Araujo versus Marquinhos. Dembele versus Rodrigo Goes. Giroud versus Lautaro Martinez. Carvajal versus Hakimi. Casemiro versus Tchouaméni. Rodri versus Kroos. Kevin De Bruyne versus Modric. Courtois versus Alisson. Eder Militao versus Lisandro Martinez. Otamendi versus Condé. Pedri versus Kroos. Messi versus Mbappe. Rafael Leao versus Vinicius Jr. Eder Militao versus Lisandro Martinez. Angel Di Maria versus Bukayo Saka. Martinelli versus Antony. Mohamed Salah versus Neymar. Sadio Mane versus Rodrigo Goes. Virgil van Dijk versus Alaba. Bruno Fernandes versus Bernardo Silva. Joao Cancelo versus Reece James. Jamal Musiala versus Javi. Haaland versus Benzema. Camavinga versus Frankie de Jong. Mendy versus Theo Hernandez. Alphonso Davies versus Jordi Alba. Cuadrado versus Walker. Marquinhos versus Ramos. Joshua Kimmich versus Kroos. Marco Verratti versus Pedri. Sergio Busquets versus Kanté. Mohamed Salah versus Gnabry. Darwin Núñez versus Gabriel Jesus. Rashford versus Rodrigo Goes. Julian Alvarez versus Giroud. Phil Foden versus Jack Grealish. Mahrez versus Garnacho. David De Gea versus Jan Oblak. Gavi versus Valverde. Marco Asensio versus Dybala. Kvaratskhelia versus Joao Felix. Enzo Fernandez versus Koke. Valverde versus Paul Pogba. Richarlison versus Memphis Depay. Antoine Griezmann versus Rafinha. Jude Bellingham versus Rodrigo de Paul. Donnarumma versus Ederson. Navas versus Courtois. Mac Allister versus Caicedo. Irving Lozano versus Carrasco. Casemiro versus Camavinga. Vinicius Jr. versus Mbappe. Benzema versus Lewandowski. Bonucci versus Upamecano. Cody Gakpo versus Angel Di Maria. Kvaratskhelia versus Kingsley Coman. Mbappe versus Haaland. Hakim Ziyech versus Christian Pulisic. Joshua Kimmich versus Busquets. Kroos versus Modric. Kevin De Bruyne versus Gundogan. Walker versus Carvajal. Mendy versus Jordi Alba. Rudiger versus Araujo. Rafael Leo versus Ousmane Dembele. Tell us, who's your favorite player? And tell us which player always comes out as the winner for you, no matter who they compete against. And here are some additional challenges for you to test your football knowledge.